Up to now, you've worked with the behavioral statements, the 20 things you rate, but there's a document sitting underneath them that makes the whole thing click into a coherent picture. The ACC minimum skills requirements. The statements tell you what to rate. The requirements tell you the behavior patterns behind them, what ACC level coaching sounds like when it's working and when it's not. Read them alongside the statements and your ear gets sharper. That's what this unit is for. Here's how the requirements are built. For every competency, 3 sections. Key skills are the foundational coaching abilities, the ones that apply across all credential levels. Behaviors consistent with ICF standards are the observable actions a coach should demonstrate at the ACC level. These map closely to the behavioral statements. And behaviors inconsistent with ICF standards name what disrupts the process or falls short. That 3rd section is the gift because it gives you concrete vocabulary for what going wrong sounds like. Let me show you how the consistent column maps to meets. Take competency 3, the agreement. The consistent behaviors are: the coach explores the topic, reaches agreement on the outcome, explores its significance, and attends to the agenda. Read those back to back with the meets the standard language for the C3 statements, and you'll hear it, they're almost the same words. That's the pattern across every competency. The consistent behaviors track the meets language. So when you're unsure whether something met the standard, the consistent list gives you a plain language way to check what you should have heard. Now, the part that sharpens your ear most, the high frequency, inconsistent behaviors, the patterns that show up over and over in sessions that fall short. 3 big ones. Consulting mode, where the coach tells the client what to do. Therapeutic mode, where the coach drifts into the client's emotional past instead of the present and forward. And directing, interrupting, or filling silence, where the coach overrides the client's natural process and pace. Train your ear for just these 3, and you'll catch a huge share of the moments that push a session below the standard. There are more patterns worth naming because they're easy to let slide. Leading or closed questions, the ones that constrain the client's thinking or invite a yes or no. The coach choosing the topic or never verbally confirming the outcome, bypassing the client's ownership of where the session goes, and prescribing actions, handing the client a plan rather than letting them design their own. Each strips a little agency from the client, and the requirements name them precisely, per competency. So when you hear one, you're not guessing. You've got the exact language for it. Let me give you a way to use this on a recording. Go competency by competency and hold both columns in your head at once. For each competency, you've got the consistent behavior and its inconsistent counterpart side by side. So as you listen, you're asking, which one am I hearing right now? For competency 5, am I hearing the coach provide space for the client to lead or fill silence and direct? That pairing turns listening into a decision. You're placing each behavior on the consistent or inconsistent side in real time. So here's the takeaway. The requirements sit behind the statements. Key skills, behaviors consistent, behaviors inconsistent for every competency. The consistent behaviors signal meets. The inconsistent ones signal below or does not meet. And the most common misses are consulting, directing, interrupting, or filling silence, leading questions, and prescribing actions. Learn to hear both sides, competency by competency, and isolated criteria become a coherent picture of ACC level coaching. Next, we take this further because these consistent and inconsistent pairs aren't just for rating. They're one of the best developmental tools you have.